Hi there. My name is Susan Sutherland, and I'm a longtime rug hooker, over 40 years. And I want to show you today a technique that I have helped develop to make small and irregular shaped pieces easy to whip and make them look good. So I'm going to demonstrate how I do that. And this is my first time doing a video, so you'll have to bear with me as I manipulate my iPad to get to where I need to be. So what I have to do first is turn it down so that you can see what I'm about to show you. All right, so it's very easy to do this. What you need is wax paper or something to protect the surface of your countertop. Now I use Elmer's glue, and I use a paintbrush, and I put the glue into a little container, and to that container I add a tiny bit of water, and I'm going to add a bit more. Then what I will do is I will mix that up. So I get it mixed up really good because it's easier to spread if the glue is a little thinner than what you get out of the container of Elmer's glue. Now, to show you what I mean by some of the pieces that I have done is, just put that aside for a minute. This particular piece has used glue on it. There, it has used glue on it, as well as this piece has used glue on it. And then what I have done, once the glue has dried, I have whipped over, I've cut it, and then I have whipped over the glue. And it makes a very, very effective and very easy backing, and it looks very professional when it's done. So, how do I do it? The key to this is to make sure that you are as careful as possible. So here is the piece that I have hooked. It's a color wheel, and it's round. So I despise having to whip over a round edge when I have to turn it under. So today I'm not going to do that. So what I've done is I'm taking my glue, and I'm going to apply the glue as close but not on the edge. So I've left a small area, very, very small, like one loop, where there is no glue between the hooked piece and the backing. And I will go around this whole piece and be very careful doing that. And I always do it on the back side first. I hope you can see that. Let's see if I can do it up here. Okay, so I'm going to do it up here. And I'm putting it on very, very, very careful. And I'm working it in really hard, okay, because this is linen that I'm using, and you want to get the glue into all the fibers of the linen. So you do not want to get it on the hooked part because, trust me, trying to whip through glue is almost impossible. It's very difficult, so it's better to not have to do that. So I'm coming around, and I will do the whole thing, but I'm not going to do that right this minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what the other side looks like, and as you can see, some of the glue has come through, so I've got to be careful. And I'm going to put it back down. And you can see here that the glue has come through, but parts of it has not. So what I will do is I will go over it again with more glue. But I'm not too worried now because I'm on the top side that I'm going to cover up that one special hole where I don't want any glue. But you want to make sure that it is worked in really well. Okay? I end up going the wrong way every time. Okay, and then after I've done the whole thing, then I will hang it up to dry, and you need a good 12 to 24 hours to dry it. So I'm going to remove this, and I do have another color wheel here that I have already I've already done the glue. You can see the glue on the back side, and you can see that there's a little bit of space around here. See that little bit of space that doesn't have any glue, and there's no glue over here. Okay, so there's a little bit of space there. And let's look at the front. The front looks like the glue is all the way around, so that's really good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut here all the way around about 1/4 of an inch. So if I have scissors. And the 1/4 of an inch is there. And I'm, again, doing it from the back side, not the front side. So I'm going to take this. It's better to be wider than too narrow at this stage because you can always cut it smaller, but you can't add back. Okay? Coming around. Again, the key to this whole process is to make sure that there is no glue between the backing and the hooked part, because that's where you're going to whip into. Almost done. This was on another piece that I didn't want to use, so I just flipped it over and used it for this particular project that I'm doing. This is the color wheel project from the Deanne Fitzpatrick color class that I took. Okay, so let's flip this over. Now you can see, even though there is, looks like there's quite a bit of backing around it on the back side, when I flip it over, you don't see it hardly at all. And that is why that you need to do this like that. And then what you need to do afterwards is then just whip it. And what I use is this kind of needle, and I would whip it through. And away you go. And it's very, very fast to do because there is absolutely no extra fabric there. And it gives you a really nice look. And that is my technique. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hopefully ended up not messing it up too much, and I look forward to hearing from any of you. Thanks a lot.